What's up, YouTube? Man, I've been trying to record this video for a minute now. It's gonna be Storytime One Time Corner Part 1. We're gonna be talking about the Lost Box Chevy story. I've been telling the story like everybody that I run into. They ask what happened to my box or where it went, and this basically it's gonna be part 1 of the story. So back in I think it was like around 2019, like the summer of 2019. I had just came off the road from doing this retail merchandising job. It's like a job where you like reset or rebuild fixtures in stores, departments and stores like that. It was mostly Lowe's. So I had came back off that job. My supervisor ended up fucking us over. Me and my wife was working. They ended up screwing us over. So I came back and I was like, I ain't really banging with that no more. So I just had to take an L, and I wasn't working there no more. So I had bought a Volvo, and then but I already had a box Chevy. I had 2 box Chevys. One of them, it was my granddad's. I got it from my sister, but I ended up having to use it for parts for the other one I got because it got hit by a deer while my dad was driving it. So basically the whole front end got stripped off it, and it was just kind of sitting in the yard looking ugly. So I had fixed the other box, and I was about to go. Me and my wife ended up deciding to go to Florida with my brother-in-law and his girl. So I ended up selling the Volvo to my dad. He's still driving that joint to this day. And I took the box Chevy. So it was a dependable car. Like, it wasn't in the best condition, but I know it was gonna run. Like, it never put me down like it always. Just keep on trucking. So to go on with the story. Sorry, y'all. Gotta light up blackie. So anyway, we take the box Chevy. We head out to Florida, Jacksonville. So we get down there. I ended up finding a job at the staffing agency. Excuse me, y'all. I ended up finding a job at the staffing agency, doing some construction for this new hospital that is building in the Jacksonville area. Can't remember what it's called. It's not important right now. So I'm working. We staying at a little hotel. They working at IHOP. So we doing all right, whatever. We ain't really doing the best, but I'm like doing this job. I can possibly work my way in with another company or with a permanent position, and get other jobs. So I'm working. I say we was there for like 2 months, and everybody like up and decides to wants to go to Cali. So I'm like, I ain't really trying to go because I don't know if I want to drive my box all the way to Cali, and I ain't really in a position to be trying to go over there right now. So everybody wanted to go to Cali, blah, blah, blah. So I always wanted to go to Cali. I had never been before that point. And I ended up, against my better judgment, I ended up saying, yeah, let's ride. So we pack up the box, we slide out. So we go, hold on, sorry y'all, I had to get something right. But anyway, we ended up sliding out to Cali. And like we just went out there, and it was just like overnight. It was like a 2.5 day trip. So we in a box Chevy, no air. So we just riding. We ended up, we stopped and stayed the night in Louisiana. Chilled up for a minute. The next day we get up, we ride back out. Later on that day, we ended up stopping in Beaumont, Texas. When we stopped in Texas, we stopped to get some, y'all know what I'm talking about. Not no Black Miles, but anyway, we stopped to do that. We ended up running into this dude named Warren. I'm gonna call him the Ghetto Joker. So anytime I say the Ghetto Joker, y'all know I'm talking about Warren. So the Ghetto Joker, we run into him. My brother-in-law go with him to find the smoke, you know what I'm saying? So got the smoke, we talked with him for a minute, and then we slide on back out. So we still driving. The car was doing good. Like, it's a 1984 box Chevy. Been sitting in somebody's yard, just chilling. All I did was like replace a piece on the transmission to get it to shift right, because it wasn't shifting. And ever since then, it was riding smooth. So we riding. The only problem I had, like, it started like getting hot. It wasn't overheating, but it was getting hot. Like, if I turned it off, like, and then try to crank it back up. I catch hell trying to crank it back up. Other than that, I didn't have no problems with that car. So we driving there, and we finally make it to San Diego, which that's where we was going. We went to San Diego. So we get to San Diego, and we just kind of just like out in the city. Of course, first we had to go get some smoke. That was back when I was like smoking real heavy. I don't really smoke like that no more. But we get there, and then we just kind of chilling and running around looking for jobs, you know what I'm saying? So we hadn't found no job. We ended up staying the night at the Days Inn or La Quinta, something like that. It was a spot like right by the interstate. It was a beautiful spot. We stayed the night there, and like that was basically the last money we had to like stay somewhere. So we knew we had to get to it immediately. So we ended up we not finding no job. We just kind of roaming around. At this point, we was like sitting in the IHOP parking lot trying to brainstorm and figure out what we gonna do, because we ain't came all the way out here. We ain't got no funds, and we bought out of gas. So I'm just sitting here thinking like instant regret, you know what I'm saying? Thinking like, why did I do this? I should have knew better. But what's done is done. I'm already here. So while we sitting there trying to brainstorm on what we're gonna do, we get a call from the Ghetto Joker. The Ghetto Joker's like, he got a house in Irvine, we can come stay. Irvine, California is about an hour and a half away from San Diego. So first of all, we had to find gas to get to Irvine. So we ended up getting some gas money some kind of way. I don't remember how. Somebody gave it to us, helped us out. So we go to Irvine, and we go to get to the house, and we waiting on him to come. So about an hour later, us just sitting there. He was like, we can just go ahead and go in, the door unlocked. So I'm like, all right. So we go in the house. We just went looking around the house and stuff like that. He was remodeling the house, renovating it. So it was, you know, stuff kind of everywhere. Some stuff was like being fixed, like countertops broke down, about to redo it, stuff like that. What I was saying. So we just chilling in the house for a little minute before they even get there. So they finally get there, and we chilling, we get food, we chopping it up. And he talking about his business, which is called Most Wanted Roofing. When I heard his name, I should have knew. Like, nah, I'm not finna work with you, you know what I'm saying? Like, thank you for the hospitality. We can stay here. I found a job here, but I didn't do that. So he finally ended up talking us into coming and working with him, because he got some jobs coming up in Texas. So I ended up leaving my car there at his house in Irvine, taking his work truck, and he took his Benz to Texas. So on the way, the work truck that we was driving it's like snatching. Like the wheel is like snatching. Every time you let it go, it's like if you're going too fast and every snatch is gonna snatch you off the side of the road. So that was fine. We just couldn't drive too fast. And this dude was driving like 100, 110, 20 the whole way. Like he was fucking flying. And I ain't had no problem with that if the truck would have been in the right condition to fly like that, but it wasn't. So we was driving, and he was kind of getting upset because we wasn't keeping up. And I'm like, bruh, just go ahead. You gave us the directions. We know how to get there. Just go ahead. And he kind of tripping, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, slick getting pissed off. But I'm like, damn, I done came all this way, and I done left my car all the way over here. So I might as well go and get this money so I can try to get back and, you know, go ahead and do what I'm gonna do. So we kept going in the truck. The truck ended up starting overheating. Another problem. The truck was overheating. We tried to stop at a parts store to get like some stop leak. That shit wasn't working. It was like water just pouring out the radiator. That shit was done. So we ended up leaving the truck like at this rest stop on the side of the road, and we got in the car with him. So we got in the car with him. We're going to Texas. We went to. He's from a place called Vidor, Texas, and Vidor is like a racist ass area in Texas, like one of them sundown towns type shit. So we go there. We go to his brother's house. We stayed over there for a little minute. Then we go to get a hotel, and we stand in the hotel and shit. So he, I say the next day, we stayed in the hotel a couple days, and like a couple days later we went and we looked at this house, the house we was gonna be staying in, and remodeling at the same time while we working on, because this dude that he met with had a bunch of properties that need to be renovated. So we get in the house after, he do whatever he gonna do with him. Oh, I forgot. Wait. So I gotta go back. So before we left Cali, y'all, don't judge me for this, because it was just a fucked up situation and I just wasn't thinking straight. So before we left Cali, he trying to get us to, traffic some shit. So I ain't gonna say what it was, but long story short, he was trying to get us to stuff it, tuck it. If y'all know what I'm talking about, you'll get it. I ain't gonna say all that, cause so they ended up tucking the drugs, paraphernalia, and we driving there. So they tucked it and did whatever they did with it when we got there, try to get it off, get extra money. So yeah, so we riding with that, and we gotta go through border patrol and all this, that, and then, they have dogs and shit. So I'm like, slick paranoid, cause we just driving through back cross country with this shit. I ain't got nothing, but he got it. I know if something happened, then shit gonna hit the fan. So they done tucked it. We get back, they get the shit off or do whatever they do with it. So most of it's his brother probably, cause he did that shit. He did it too, but he had stopped. Or so he said, he had stopped. But anyways, we get there, like I said, he chopped it up with a dude, get in the house. So we going and looking, we started going and looking at these spots that we supposed to be remodeling or like rebuilding type shit. We went and looked at this one spot, I'm talking about, it looked like somebody had done dropped a bomb in this hole, cause it's like, I'm like, you probably need to tear this whole bitch down and rebuild it, cause I don't see no fixing, you know what I'm saying? But he's saying he like that, he can fix it. So I'm like, okay, you gonna show me what to do, we'll get it done. So we looked at a couple properties that we're supposed to be renovating, and we started going and getting tools, looking at tools to get and stuff like that we need for the job, because he didn't have all the tools he needed, because some of the tools was on the truck we was driving, and then for some kind of way his tools had got stolen or something, I don't know. But it just, the whole situation was starting to sound real sus. So I'm like, man, I done came all the way to Texas with this dude, man. He done started tripping. But he's still looking out. He making sure we got food and whatever. We making sure, he smoked. So he getting smoke every day, you know what I'm saying? So we just kind of there, you know what I'm saying? We hadn't started doing nothing yet. We just running around, kind of not really doing anything. We hadn't started work, we just in the house. And I forgot, when we got in the house, he did a finesse to get the power on. He didn't like go through it the normal way. He went around the house to the box, and there's a way that he showed me that you can turn the power on. It's a thing you just pull out and the power will come on, because it had a little lock on the, if you ever seen a meter on the house, they have the lock on it. So he didn't clip the lock off, pulled a little piece out, the power on. So cool, the power on. I'm like, all right, I don't know how long that's gonna last until somebody comes like, oh, this ain't supposed to be on. So one day we went to go meet with the dude that we was supposed to be doing the remodeling for, a dude he got the house from. We said we went, he was in Houston, so Houston's like an hour away. So we in Houston, we meet with a dude, and then we come back. So when we coming back, like we come down the block, where the house is. As soon as we be in the block, poof, nothing but police everywhere. I'm talking about police everywhere, like it was a drug bust or something. Like there was police everywhere. I shit you not, it was like 10, 15 police cars out there. And I'm like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck going on? So I'm like, what the fuck going on? So he still pull in and he talking to these folks. I'm like, bruh, oh shit, my fault. He pull in and he talking to these folks, and then talking about the power, and they like, oh, it ain't supposed to be on. So they ended up, turning the power back off. So now we got to get it turned on legally. And he was like, oh, it was already on. We got in here, we ain't know. We thought it was just on type shit. He, the nigga was a master liar. Like, he lied about everything. So the power off again. So we got to get it turned on the right way now. And after that, shit just started going south even further, like even further, bro. We stayed in the house for a little bit longer, and everybody else ended up getting jobs except for me. I didn't get no job, but they was working at Waffle House, and I was on some shit like, I didn't come here for that. I didn't come here to get no whole ass job in no Waffle House, bro. Like, this nigga need to go ahead and get this shit together so I can get paid, or this shit finna go left. And I could think he kind of felt that, like we was gonna turn against him or something like that. He felt some type of way because they had got jobs, and you know, I didn't have no jobs, so I'm just kind of here. I'm just kind of here looking like a frog on a log. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that is the first part. Now, how we got to Texas and who he was working with. The dude name was Warren Vales. His business name is Most Wanted Roofing. If y'all see this nigga, if he's still alive, I don't know, he might be fucking dead. But if he's still alive, y'all see this nigga, somebody run him a favor, bro. Or call 12 and let them know about this story. Show them this, bro. Cause, yeah, we're gonna finish the story time. This part one. I'm gonna holler at y'all later.